Greetings, ciao, buongiorno. Today is quite an exciting day for me. I'm about to embark on a voyage of discovery. If all goes to plan, this should be an epic journey. I'm sure any violinist would agree. So here's the plan. Today we're flying out to Milan, Italy, which we're going to make our centre of operations. So we'll be staying in the hotel. Then the following morning, tomorrow morning, we're going to jump on the train and head down to Genoa, or Genova, which of course is the birthplace of Paganini, the great legendary violin virtuoso. So we're going to go to the Palazzo Doria Tursi and go and check out the Paganini room, where hopefully we'll get a chance to see the Il Guarneri del Gesù violin, which was Paganini's violin, which he bequeathed to the city of Genoa in his will. And it's called the Il Canoni because of apparently the very powerful sound it produces. There's some other memorabilia within the Paganini room. I believe there is an exact copy by Violin of the canon. Has a lovely little spring down here. I'm just walking back from dropping my dog at the border. And then, hopefully time permitting, I'll head down to the dock, to the port area, or by the seaside, to see where Paganini's father would have worked on the ship dockyards. And so that will be day one. Then we'll head back to Milan in the evening. Day two, Cremona. That's where all the great classical Cremonese violin makers or luthiers were based, the Cremonese ones. So I can reel off names like Amati, Stradivari, Guarneri, Storioni, Ruggeri, and what's the other one I noted? Ceruti. So in Cremona, that's kind of the ultimate pilgrimage, isn't it? For violin lovers. We should be able to check out Stradivari's first house, which still stands. Some statues of Stradivari. A memorial in one of the piazzas to him, because his tomb doesn't exist anymore. I think the church is no longer there where he was buried. And of course the Museo, the Violin Museum, where we should be able to see a couple of examples of fine Stradivaris, as well as other Andrea GUARNERI Amatis and other fantastic violins. And let's go and soak in the vibes of the place. Then back on the train to Milan, and then one final day in Milan before we fly back in the evening, time permitting. I might be able to check out the Musical Instruments Museum in Milan on Monday morning. So it's going to be a jam-packed trip. Join me as I embark on this awesome violin odyssey, and let's go and check out some fine antique instruments. They say all the best things come out of Italy: the Renaissance, the best cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Some would say the best food, architecture and art. But let's add to that list, of course, the best violins. So ciao for now. Next stop, the train station. We'll head across to Manchester Airport to catch our flight. Catch you on the other side. First leg of the journey, catching the train to Manchester Airport. Exciting. stay at the airport hotel, the Novotel, which is only 8 minutes drive away in a taxi, because we arrived on quite a late flight. As you can see, it's fine, not bad. And tomorrow we'll be up bright and early, heading over to Genoa to see Paganini's Violin. So for now, buonasera. Catch you on the next leg. Ciao. Hey guys, we're in the Milan Central train station here. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the experience of actually getting train tickets to Genoa and Cremona. This place is quite a mental station. So we just sat in the train station waiting for our train to Genoa. We ended up, we're in a little pizza place here. And it ended up costing 170 euros to get the fast train to Genoa. I'm going to be slightly late for my museum ticket as well, so we're going to run the gauntlet. Whereas the ticket to Cremona, because it's like a local train that I'm getting tomorrow, was only 10 euros one way, so 20 euros return. It's a massive difference. So I don't know if there are better options for getting to Genoa cheaper, but anyway, it is what it is. So we're going to have a pizza now, and then we'll jump on the fast train. That was for 2 adults, 2 kids. Listening to Paganini all the way there. Where is the Paganini room? Paganini?
Scusi?
Paganini? Il canone?
Ah, Paganini, non volete vedere questo?
Okay.
No?
No.
No, Paganini di qua.
Ok, grazie. home here. We're here at the Paganini room to see the Cannoni here in Genoa.
October 1780, in a very simple house in the Genoa Carugi, narrow lanes. This immaculate building placed in this very.
Yes. Paganini's Cannoni violin. How cool is that? Jean-Baptiste Villon copy of the Canoni in the Palazzo Doria Tursi in Genoa. This is Villon's copy. And this is what he copied. Del Gesù Canoni. Tell the difference, the Stradivari has clean strings, whereas the Canoni has a slightly messy string there. The Stradivari also seems to have a darker varnish Villon used there.
Oh, you trying it right now?
Be careful.
E poi la Gini va mattina a fare
Yes. Yeah.
Workshop down here as well. The one we're talking about, yeah?
No, the biosphere, it's a bit different.
What's the biosphere?
It's not like a tropical thing, it's a big glass thing.
One of the things they say,
Yeah.
is one of the
It
things
looks
they say,
really- it smells
if
nice.
you're on here, it says try that because they do it in a traditional
Well,
paper cone.
now wouldn't be a bad time to eat. Yes, darling? Are you tired?
Can we look at the souvenir shop yet?
She wants to look in a souvenir
We've
shop.
been.
Yeah. I think we should come back halfway. Do you know what I think? We should come back here and spend a week here and spend most of it, go to Lake Garda and Portofino and things like that.
Why are we only staying for 4 days? Why are we only staying for 4 days?
I mean, it is a big enough to grow the milk around here.
Look, this is interesting. It's Sunday morning. I'm just heading out from the Novotel hotel in Grande, Milano, where we've been staying. Second hotel we've been staying in on this trip, and heading out today to Cremona, the centre of the universe for the violin, and just a few thoughts on Genoa as I walk towards the metro. So I have to get a couple of metros to get back to Milan Central and then get a train to Cremona. Well, Genoa is well worth a visit. Just the town itself, very beautiful with its climbing staircases and alleyways and beautiful palazzos, and it does feel like quite an old place. Obviously it's been settled for a long time, and it definitely has that feel of a dockland or sort of a port, but it's wonderful. And of course the icing on the cake was seeing the Il Cannoni. Is well worth going to see that violin, making that journey just for that alone. So yeah, I feel privileged to be able to see Il Cannoni, but today we're going to see a load more violins at the Museo. So let's head out to Cremona and continue the rest of our journey. Ciao for now. So on the train to Cremona on this pretty cool double-decker train out of central Milan. We just arrived at the first stop, another Milan station here. It's Sunday morning, so the train's pretty empty. Got virtually the whole carriage to myself. I'm sitting in the upstairs and heading to Cremona. I think it's pretty straightforward. After some initial confusion in Milan Central as to which platform to get, I managed to find the ticket office of the company of this local train, and they let me know which platform and train it was. And so I found it in the end. Got on an 8:20 departure for Sunday morning, and I guess it's probably going to be about an hour to get to Cremona-ish. I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty straightforward, and I think Italy is pretty well connected train-wise. I'm quite impressed with the train system here so far. Have a look at this one over here. So really looking forward to this next leg of the journey in Cremona, the birthplace of Stradivari, Del Gesù, and many of the other great luthiers, and especially to go and check out the fine violins in the Museo. So join me as we go and discover the marvellous city of Cremona. Just like yesterday on the way to Genoa, today I'm listening to Paganini all the way here. So we've made it to Cremona. I think maybe first we'll go and check out the Casa Stradivari, the house where Stradivari lived for a while. Greetings from the Casa Stradivari in Cremona. So it's pretty awesome to be here. The Casa Stradivari, this is the first house that Stradivari lived in that he rented, I believe, before he moved to his own property, which I think he purchased. So Strad would have been here in the early days, 1600s. Sadly, the home he actually lived and worked in for the majority of his time that he owned, it no longer stands, but it's great that this first house he lived in is still standing. Greetings from the Piazza Andrea Stradivari. Guys, if you do come to Cremona, you absolutely must go up the vertical museum. The big tower, famous tower thing, is absolutely mind-boggling. And you might be tempted to think, I've just come here to see violins, but there's so much more to see here in Cremona, and you get a panoramic view of the wonderful view of the city where Stradivari lived and worked. Why isn't this kind of more on the tourist map? Most people I'm seeing here and hearing are Italian, although I did meet a lovely Israeli couple right up the top of the tower. Had a little chat with them. But yeah, you definitely go up the vertical museum. It's awesome, man. You've got to do it. Very top of the vertical museum, Cremona. Here at the Piazza Roma, at the memorial of Antonio Stradivari. Sadly, the original church where he was buried no longer stands in Cremona, so once the city started to recognise its violin heritage more fully, and they put this memorial stone here in honour of Stradivari. Piazza Roma. A nice little market thing going on here. Absolutely beautiful little place. Last poem here, and greetings from the Museo del Violino, Museum of the Violin here in Cremona.
Qué bueno, estas son las fotos que no
And greetings from the treasure room, Museo del Violino, Cremona. Final thoughts from Milano. I have the Duomo behind me. What a beautiful piece of architecture, and just a reminder that the arts move in parallel. Architecture, literature, art and music tends to lag a little behind, but it catches up eventually. When we talk about Baroque or whatever, classical, it's a whole movement really. Yeah, just some oh, it's wonderfully clean, this Duomo. I don't know how they keep it that clean. But yeah, just some closing thoughts on the violin trip I've made to Italy. It's been super worth it to go to Genoa and see the Il Duomo violin. Kind of a rough and ready crafted violin, as Del Gesù kind of was under time and finance pressure, unlike Stradivari. You can tell it a little bit from the purfling, although I bet you the sound will just blow you straight over. So priceless from that perspective, and the fact that it was in the hands of the great Paganini. And then Cremona, well, Cremona was far more than I expected in the end. Bigger than I expected when you saw the panoramic view there from the top of the tower, the vertical museum. Really gives you an idea of just how special a place it is. For the violin, of course, but not just for the violin, just for the whole atmosphere of the place. So I hope this video has encouraged you to make your own violin pilgrimage to Italy if you're able to. A little sad that today I couldn't go to the Musical Instruments Museum because it's closed on Mondays, as I discovered the hard way. Otherwise I might have planned my trip a little differently so that I could have gone there, but hey, it's an excuse for me to come back here. So, no great shakes. There's a few other things I could be doing, like on a return trip, like maybe go and see Paganini's grave in Parma, maybe head down to Mantua, see if there's anything going on down there, and all the rest of it. So at the very least, come back to Milan, even just to see the Musical Instruments Museum. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making it, and this is Lost Prem out. Ciao violinisti. Arrivederci.